Oh, look at that. That's a decent fish. Good morning and welcome to another small water brook trout adventure. The Savage River is almost fishable again. I drove by it. It's still pretty high and a little bit off color. Could have fished it. I did see a couple guys fishing, but I'm going to skip it today. And I have driven on up into the upper Savage River, some of the small tributaries up here. Now, I wanted to fish Poplar Lick today, but couldn't get to it. The roads were still closed from all the flooding last month. So I'm back on Monroe Run. This place has two trailheads. They're separated by about, I think, 4.5 miles. I'm at the southern trailhead, and normally I fish from here, just hop on the river and wade it upstream. But today I think I'm gonna hike up the trail for a couple of miles and then fish a stretch that I've never fished before. So it should be a fun day, hitting some water I haven't fished before. Let's go give it a shot. I don't think I mentioned it at the truck, but no waders today. I mean, who wants to hike 4 miles in waders? Not me. But the water should be fine. Air temp isn't cold at all. And it's pretty small water. There won't be too many spots where I need to wade more than knee deep. So just go in with my boots and pants. There are a few spots where this trail crosses the river. I'll show you here in a minute, but there's usually not that much to them and certainly not that hard to cross. I think I'm about to where I want to start fishing. Haven't quite hiked 2 miles, but I'm definitely getting to some water that I've never fished before. And this looks like as good a place as any to start. Well, I'm rigged up. I've gone back to some pretty light tackle. Got a 6-foot one weight with some long 6X leader. I've got some decent looking water behind me, and then the next 100 yards or so looks pretty good. Let's go give it a shot. All right, this water up here in front of this tree that has recently fallen, very recently, the leaves are still on it. This water looks all right. See if we can get a decent cast on up in there. Look at that. There we go. That's a decent fish. Not huge, but we'll put him in the net just to take it easy on him. There we go. Not big. Still got his par marks, but pretty fish. All right, get on back in there, buddy. All right, this is a decent looking pool. It's pretty big. It could hold more than one fish. Let's go up here and see if it holds at least one. And I should have a little room to cast. It's starting to rain though. Wasn't expecting that right now. Fish the water closer to me first before we go a little bit farther in. There we go. Is he still on there? Yeah, he is. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's decent. All right. Hook is already out of him. And he's back in the water. Yeah, all right. All right, that was pretty fun. Got a couple fish in that 100-yard stretch. Now I'm back on the trail, walking it, looking for the next spot. All right, here is a decent looking pool just downstream of that fallen tree. And I should have some room to cast. Let's get on up in here. Throw this little squirrel stimulator. See if we can't get anything to come up for it. There he is. He's all right. It's a jumper. That's for sure. Let's get this guy in the net. And here comes the rain. Hooks out, hold him up for the camera. All right, he's 7 inches or so. And a little fat belly. Well, that was pretty fun. I don't think I'm gonna get 2 out of this hole, but I got some good looking water up ahead. Let's go give that a shot. There was one. He was decent. Had him on for a second. Just barely felt the tug, but we'll see if he'll come up again. He did. He came up for it again. Didn't get it that time. I think it was probably the same guy. Oh, that guy took it underwater again, and I had him on for a couple of seconds. He felt all right. He is probably not going to take it again. Yeah. Oh well, that's how it goes when you're fishing these pretty big flies for fairly small fish. There he is, and he's decent. Look at that. Oh, this might be an 8-incher. Oh, and he got off. That was the guy that came up twice, and then I had him on for, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah, and he was decent. He would have been the biggest fish of the day. All right, he's probably a goner. Now he's on. That got him. All right, this was the back fish. Oh, and I hooked him on the top fin. He's all right though, not very big, but pretty little fish. All right, get on back in there, buddy. It's been a couple hours. I think I'm gonna stop for lunch. I've gotten 4, maybe 5, missed 2 or 3, and of course the biggest one of the day, what would have been the biggest one of the day, I missed him. Got him to take 3 times. Hooked him 1 time, and then the 3rd time, hooked him for 6 or 7 seconds, and I got a pretty good look at him. He might have been 8 inches or so. I got a couple more hours I can spend, so I'm probably gonna fish that wading back toward the truck. All right, lunch break is over. Got a pretty good looking undercut bank right there behind me. Let's hit that one first. All right, I like this spot, but I can't just walk right up there. I'm gonna have to kind of go up there on my knees. I'm on a knee right now, so let's just sneak on up here a little bit. Got this big Royal Trout on. Got some room to cast, so it's not too difficult aside from having to be on my knees. Give me 1 minute. Did you see that take? See if I can get him to come up for it again. There he is, there he is. All right, decent fish. Decent fish. All right, he's in the net. All right, folks, you guys can come across now. All right, we'll hold this guy for the camera real quick. All right, not huge, but he's all right. Oh, you folks are perfectly fine. It is, isn't it? All right, get back in there, big guy. So that was pretty cool. I thought this hole would hold a fish, and it did. But get this, if you didn't see it, I'm not sure how much of the footage I captured, but I got him to take, didn't hook him, and I saw some hikers. They were about to cross the river right here, and I said, hey, can you give me 1 minute? I almost got this fish. And then I think I got him the next cast, and they said, take your time. So they got to watch me catch a fish. He wasn't huge, maybe 7 inches or so, but it was a fun little piece of fishing. So let's keep fishing this hole. There could be more than one in here. Probably not, but we'll try anyway. If not, we'll go on up to the next hole. All right, I like this run here. Might not be a good one because it might not be very deep, but it's certainly beautiful. Look at that rock ledge over there. Rock wall. Just got to climb across this big log here, and then I'm gonna have to cast pretty low. So I might need to come up here and get on my knees so I can cast under this big rhododendron or whatever that tree thing is. So if I can get on my knees right here, I might be able to get some sidearm casts up in there. Let's go for it. Got a little bit of room to back cast. Not much. Okay, that was a good drift. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's a decent fish. Decent for the day. And he's pretty. He's got a lot of orange on him. Let's get this guy in the net here. All right. Hook is out of him. Well, that was fun. Pretty cool little stretch right here. Let's see if we got anything up here. Now, I like this little stretch. Depends on how deep it is. You can't tell from back here how deep it is, but if it's a foot to 1.5 foot deep, could be good water. So let's go up here to the right and then just drift it down through this whole run. Ooh, there was a nice take. That was a nice take. He looked like a decent fish. See if he'll come up twice. I think he missed it. I didn't yank it out of his mouth. We'll give him a few seconds to think about it. Cast over here to the right, that water, while we rest him for another few seconds. And that was another take. It could have been the same fish. I was 4 or 5 feet to the right though. So I don't know, it probably was him. I wasn't expecting him to come over there and take it, but yeah, he might be roaming this pool. There he is. Okay, yeah, got him that time. All right, another little 7-incher. Haven't gotten my first 8 or 9 yet today. All right, that was pretty fun, but this is a pretty long pool. Could very well be more than one fish in here. Let's find out. I've got enough room to make 25 or 30 feet casts here. There's one. Oh, and this is a nice one. This might be my first 8-incher. Maybe he'll go 9. All right, it's solid. Come on up, buddy. All right, we'll get the net in this guy. All right, he's certainly not 9. He might be close to 8. We'll see in a second. So the middle of my watch band is 8 inches, and he was just about there. So we'll call him 8. All right. Well, that was at the middle of the pool. We've still got a good bit to go, so let's see if there's anything else in here. All right, well, that was the second fish in this run. Let's see if there are any more. We'll go a little bit farther up. Do need to dry this fly a little bit though. Try the sides first before I get out there in the deeper water. Have any room to backcast on my right? Yes, I actually do. That's kind of nice. Oh, and there's number 3 out of this hole. All right, he got off. He was a little bit smaller than that last one, so maybe 7. Oh, holy cow. Did you see that? That guy came up. He missed it, but oh my God, he came all the way out of the water for it. All right, we'll keep trying this. There's number 4 or 5. He's decent. Oh, and he's a runner and a jumper. All right, we'll get this guy in the net. All right, this guy's every bit of 8. What's that, number 4 out of this little stretch? Pretty little fish. All right, get on back in there, buddy. Well, that turned out to be a pretty decent hole. I think I got 4 and probably 3 more hookups. So yeah, a lot better than normal. I got some decent looking water right up here. Let's go check that out. Wow, this is just a beautiful stream. Don't see many people. Occasionally you'll see some hikers. Only seen one other person fishing out here all year. All right, let's go hit that big pool up there. All right, this pool up ahead looks deep enough to be holding some fish, and I can cast to it. There we go. Oh, this is my first 8-incher, 9-incher. Yeah, look at this guy. Oh, nice. Whoa, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, he went downstream on me. Come here, buddy. Oh yeah, look at this guy. First 9-incher of the day. That's a big buck. Look at that jaw. Nice. Well, it has been a pretty fun day. I've really stopped counting fish after 11 or 12, and I know I've gotten several more since then, so it's at least been a 15 fish day. Only a couple of them hit the 8-inch mark. One hit 9. So yeah, that was kind of nice. But it's always fun to get out. All right, here's one more we can hit on the walk back to the truck. Just climb down there. I can go stand on those rocks right there and hit that pool, see if there's anything sitting in there. All right, let's go for it. So here we are. Pretty simple fishing, really not much casting, just kind of drifting this little royal trude down along the surface and seeing if anything will come up for it. There he is, look at that. Ooh, don't get on these rocks, buddy. Stay in the water. Stay in the water. All right, we'll net this guy. All right, pretty little fish. Since we had so much fun last fishing video playing Name That Tune, let's do that again. I got another one in my head. I haven't been singing it all day, but I thought it up on the drive out. All right, here's how this works. I am going to just say a lyric. I'm gonna try not to sing it because I'm a terrible singer. And you just have to leave a comment with the name of the song. It's another one from one of my all-time favorite singers. All right, you ready for it? It is a lot of water under the bridge, a lot of other stuff too. Don't get up, gentlemen. I'm only passing through. All right, who knows what that is? Now I know y'all can easily go to Google, type it in, and it will tell you in 2 seconds who sings that song and the name of the song. I don't care if you do that. You can just scroll down in the comments and see probably 10 people will have said it already, the name of the song. That's fine. I'm just encouraging you to leave a comment, and for anybody who has watched the video this far, because this might be a long video, I don't know, caught 15 fish or so. I probably won't use them all because then it would be a really long video, and that's probably kind of boring, and me rambling on about this kind of boring anyway. But anyway, try to walk here. I'm back to another river crossing. Just leave the name of that song in a comment, and I will go to a random comment picker and pick one, send you the hat, just like this. Cool Savage Flies embroidered hat. All right, that's it. Let's cross this river and keep hiking back to the truck. All right, here's one little spot I like to hit before I'm done. Just beside the campsite here by the trailhead. But sometimes there's a decent fish sitting in that little deep run right there. There he is. He came up for it in some pretty deep water. I knew there'd be one sitting in that run. All right, he's decent. He's off. And they went right under that rock. He's saying, what just happened? And with that, I think we can call it a day. So that was a pretty good day on the upper stretches of Monroe Run. I hiked a couple of miles from the southern trailhead, got into some water that I haven't fished before. I think I got about 20 fish. If it wasn't 20, it was pretty close to it. Of course, I was out here for about 6 hours, and most of the fish were about the 7-inch type. Got a couple of 8-inchers and then one 9-incher. Fishing dry flies the whole day because it was pretty much working and I was having fun. Now it's starting to rain again and it's getting to be about supper time, so I appreciate you watching, folks. We'll see you in a few days.